Tony, well fought point at Stadium of Light today. How do you reflect on today's game?
Yeah, listen, I think before the game it was a really difficult game. He's a team who, bar Burnley, they were the best away record, picked up the most points on the road this season, and that's not an accident. That's because they're really hard to break down. They are very athletic, very powerful. They play forward, so they get the ball away from their goal and keep it up near your goal as much as they can because of the size of their strikers. So watching the teams walk out down the tunnel, it was like Land of the Giants against the team of lads, really. But we dug in, we fought hard. I think, disappointing the goal that we lost because they didn't really cut us open or create it. It's a free kick from their point of view, a good one. But again, I think Pato couldn't really see it because of the number of bodies in front of him and hit him on the hand rather than the thigh. I think he tried to stop it with his leg, and anyway, it ricocheted in. We huffed and puffed, tried to change the dynamic of the game, change the formation a little bit, and we got there in the end. I'd have to say, I need to say that I think the supporters were amazing today, and I don't say that lightly. I don't say it every week. I think when the team need them, they were there cheering this team on, and it gave us the impetus to push hard and keep going. And eventually we got a penalty, and we got a point from the game that I think we deserved, but. A big thanks to fans really played a part in us getting that point today.
You stuck with the same team from Wednesday night, but this time had the luxury of Ahmad to bring off the bench, and his impact was there for all to see as well.
Listen, Ahmad's a special footballer. We've been saying that all year, I don't say that lightly because I don't want all the rest of the players to think, Ahmad this, Ahmad that. He is a very talented individual with the ball and makes us flow and makes us tick better. And it's good that he's now it was a slight injury really. It was more of a cramping, but he's had some hamstring stuff basically because he hadn't played 30 odd games on the bounce in his whole life, and I think he was finding it really tough. So we've given him a 10-day, 2-week sort of break from playing, and he's fine. And so it was always the plan to give him half an hour or so today, and. Hopefully he'll finish the season strong for us and help us pick up some more points.
You talked in the build-up to this game about Luton's physicality and their size that they bring to the pitch. Were you happy with how your players handled that sort of task today?
Yeah, I thought we competed well. I don't stand here thinking, God, they had lots of chances that we were fortunate today. I thought we really dug in and competed, and as I keep saying to them, all I want is them to fight their weight really. If you're against some big guy, he's going to get there first, he's going to use his body against you. There's not a lot you can do other than give it everything you've got. And but the likes of Edouard, Michu, they can wriggle underneath these big guys or slide past them, and as long as they're competing and not pulling out the challenges, I'm happy that they're all at it really, all hands to the pump. And I thought we really restricted their goal scoring chances today, considering they get the ball around your box a fair bit because of the directness of how they play into the big strikers. And on the other side, so when we're trying to build, it's really difficult to think about when you get wide out, you're going to sling the ball in the box. Well, there's nobody in there really who's going to jump over the top of somebody and head it in. It's there has to be like almost a perfect ball slidden across the ground and somebody finishing with a one-touch finish. But listen, we'll check the point. It obviously we're not. As we've talked about recently, we're not really chasing anything. We just have to compete in these 8 or 9 games and see where we finish, see how high up the table we finish. But not to lose a game like this against a really good side on the road who've picked up lots of points on the road, I think it's a decent point for us. We put it in the bag, knowing that moving forward, we want to win these games. Doesn't matter who we play at the Stadium of Light. We think we can win a football match, and we have to keep growing and get to that point.
You talked about those remaining 8 games of the season, and you want those players to go out there and attack those remaining 8 games. This international break kind of offers you the perfect breathing space to think about how you go and do that.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, there's quite a few players going away. You've got 2 going with the Irish. We've got Patter's obviously going with England under 21s. Ahmed's going away to Africa to the Ivory Coast. It's the French lads, Michu and Abdullah, are going away to play in a tournament in Mowbray for France under 20s. So, and looking at the dates, they won't be back till that Wednesday, some of them even Thursday, and we play Friday night. So it's not as if we're going to have the team already and working really hard on the game plan for Burnley. We'll probably have one day prep for Burnley, but Burnley away is a free hit for us, really. Like Fulham in the Cup, like Norwich the other week. Let's just go and show them and express ourselves and just test ourselves, really. Go and be aggressive, go and be positive, go and play on the front foot, use your talent. What you do know is that they're not just out to stop you playing, they want to play their own game, and so when we have the ball we can give them problems, and that's what we'll aim to do in this game.
Excited for the end of season running?
Yeah, I think so. I think, listen, after that Burnley game, which is obviously very tough on paper, they'll be a game or so away from winning the league. I think there's games against teams that are still fighting for everything, of course, but some teams that I think, if we have an ambition and we're trying to improve and get better and grow, we have to be confident, home and away, that we can go and give them problems and try and win football matches and finish the season pretty strong.